So, you got into it because of her. What was the other brands you were looking at? Was there anything, or was it just...
As far as run everything?
Yeah.
I mean...
Dynamic.
Yeah, I was with Dynamic Muscle, Kai Green's company, from the very beginning.
Which
really?
we actually got to go out to Arnold, and we worked that booth.
We worked the booth and got to hang out with him a little bit.
I don't know how much you can talk about it, because I know you're under contract, right? But how did that differ?
It was, I think his Dynamic was so new, and, you know, Kai, his influence is not just limited to the U.S., it's, you know, everywhere. Yeah. So, from my perspective, their focus was everywhere, not just at home. So, you know, starting an athlete program in the beginning, you know, to them it sounded great, and to the, you know, people that were on board as part of the team, like me, it was, that was also an amazing thing, but it wasn't, like, they were just putting their attention everywhere, not just one place. So it didn't feel like what I expected it to be as far as being an athlete for Kai Green's company.
Right.
You know, so
ultimately there'd be a little more of a push for one direction versus kind of spreading out so much.
Yeah. So it was just kind of one of those things that just kind of fizzled out over time. You know, to this day I always support Kai. He's, you know, my all-time favorite bodybuilder, always has been. But it's just like one of those opportunities, and, you know, once we started dating, it was always one of those things that I wanted to be like part of a team with her. It didn't matter if it was supplements or, you know, it could have been anything. But us to be viewed as a unit together, it just sounded amazing.
Instead of like, hey, I'm promoting this company and he's promoting this company.
And it's so much more powerful too.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Like, it's funny because I knew of you. And I'd seen so many pictures on Instagram with you with her, and nothing fucking clicked. And I'm like, wait, I know him. Why didn't? And then so I went to your page, I started following your page, and I'm like, oh shit, I do know it. So like, I didn't know you were with Kai Green's supplement line though, but like when I'd seen other posts with you with Run Everything, so it was like, oh shit, like, okay, why not have both you guys on? This makes much more sense. Yeah. So how does this differ from your first podcast? How do you feel about? I mean, other than the drive, did the other podcast, did he come to you guys, or?
Well, would have, but I told him, I was like, you know what, our department's a little overrun with like cats and people, so I'm like...
I'm not a cat person, I don't know how you do it, dude.
It takes the right cat.
Yeah, it takes the right cat, because, my brother and his girlfriend that lived with us, like, all my brothers were anti-cat people. They said they're from hell. So they're very... So they're very anti-cat people, but... After he lived with our two cats, now him and his girlfriend have two cats. Because it's just, you get the, here's the funny thing is, you say you're a cat person, but it's because you found a cat that acts like a dog.
Right.
It's so true.
I mean, my freaking cat Spartan, he follows me around like a freaking dog. If I don't pay attention to him, he kind of starts
barking. The one that attacks you all the time?
Yeah.
I don't know how, seriously.
Our $6,000 cat now.
Yeah. Alright, extracurricular supplementation.
Creatine, right.
Okay.
Way isolate.
Hey, I used to work at a supplement store.
Really? What one?
One Stop.
Okay. I actually have a good friend that runs majority of Zach's One Stops.
Yeah, I worked at one of his.
Yeah. What one?
Desert Ridge.
Oh, okay.
But no, the number of girls that would come in there and like whether they were looking for a supplement or they were ordering one of the shakes, and they would ask for half the protein in the shake because they didn't want to get too jacked. I just wanted to laugh. Like, I really did.
No, it...
Like, and then, like, if they would look at a pre-workout, like, oh, this has creatine in it. I'm like, and? Like...
So, I put on 62 pounds in 5 years.
Pretty good.
Obviously, you know, needles involved.
Nope.
Testosterone.
Nope.
Not a fan of DECA, but I've taken other things. What my favorite thing is when somebody comes up to you and they see your physique, first question is, what do you bench? And it's like, why is that the first thing you ask? Followed by, how much protein do you take? Like, what kind of protein do you take?
Is it a magical type from unicorns?
Yeah, and they think that it's overnight. And then, you know, now that I'm in the position I am in, when people come talk to me, I'm just straight up. It's like, dude, TRT. Like, oh, really? What's that? Testosterone replacement therapy. And then they're like, oh, so is that all you do? Yeah, well, how do you do it? Well, you can go to a doctor, do it that way, or you can see a street pharmacist. Like, they'll know what to tell you. You know. So, Matt? What's your take on supplementation, extracurricular?
I mean, I feel like you can look at it from a few different angles. One being the professional level, the amount of just competition that's on the pro level now is just absolutely ridiculous. And even though I can tell that they're trying to rein things back a little bit,
I'm so glad you said that.
As far as like specifically like men's physiques overall, you know, they're not looking for the biggest and craziest anymore.
No, but
you know,
they're still
it's still a freak show.
Yes.
There's still the steroids that fucking tighten you up, Winstrol, and all, you know, Anavar.
There's something for everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, I get it, but I had a friend that just recently came over, and he was telling me he had a good buddy of his that was on a pro show. He was actually sitting in here too when he had come over. They're taking up to 5 grams of shit a week at the bodybuilding pro level, is what I was told. I don't even know how that's humanly possible. Well, I do because of insulin.
Yeah.
But still, yeah.
But still, like, do you know what you're doing to your body at that point? Like 5.
That's just ridiculous.
5 bottles.
Yeah.
Because who was
ridiculous.
Didn't we hear from somebody? I forget which one of the because there was somebody in Olympia. I think it was a men's physique dude. But we heard through somebody basically his dosing that he was doing.
Yeah, like some of the men's physique guys.
It was the type of thing
on
where
the Olympia stage were taking twice as much, if not 3 times as much or more, of the shit that the
average
pro bodybuilders were taking.
That's insane.
So
because they're nowhere near the size.
Exactly.
So that's just free testosterone floating around at that point.
Yep.
Your red blood cell counts out the fucking roof.
Oh,
your kidneys, your liver,
just
blood pressure,
blood
everything's
pressure.
freaking out. It's like, don't you got the vascularity going on?
Yeah, no, that's golly, that's ridiculous. So we'll get back to you with women with that, but I have a friend who just won his 2nd South Africa Arnold Championship. Marsha's in. Shout out to you, buddy. But his take on it for men is, if the sport that you're doing allows it, you do you. You know, that's kind of how he felt like when it comes to men. You know, he's 5'3", 240 pounds.
Whoa.
Shit.
Yeah. Like, he's a fucking monster. His podcast is up if you guys ever get a chance. But when I say he's a monster, like, it's like that doorway barely fits him. You know, he's so wide. Yeah. But, and I know the level that he competes at, and it's nowhere near what bodybuilding does. Like, gear-wise. I don't understand how you can ingest that into your body and not know. You know,
I don't even know that level was possible.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
just,
I'm scared to death of insulin. Dallas.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the first thing I think of when you say insulin.
Yeah, it's dirt nap, dude. You're taking a fucking dirt nap if you don't know what you're doing. And for him, I don't think it wasn't that he didn't know. I think that for those that don't know, Dallas McCarver choked on chicken after taking an insulin shot. So I think what it was he couldn't chew it fast enough, and he tried to swallow, and but just horrible.
Terrible.
What's your take with women and supplementation?
Well, I'll start off with saying, like, I love when either somebody says to me or I read it somewhere online, people...
This is good already. I'm like this. Read it online.
But, like, it was this past Olympia, I saw several people hating on, like, the different women who placed, like, top 5 in figure. Like, oh, well, they're not as good as so-and-so from past years because, you know, they're just all on steroids. And I can't help but just die laughing because I'm like, no fucking shit. Like, I'm sorry, but you don't get to a pro level period, and then especially Olympia stage, if you aren't running stuff. Like, it's impossible. Like, I don't care.
Men and women.
Yeah, men or women. Like, I don't care what your genetics are. Like, I have great genetics for putting on muscle mass, but there's a cap because I'm a female. Like, there's a certain level that I can reach without stuff, and there's a certain level that then I can reach after it. So I can't help but just shake my head when I hear people like trying to bash on the different top female athletes because they use stuff, and it's like, well, duh. I'm sorry, but anyone that's a girl and has that physique, they're doing stuff.
So here's another thing that bothers me with women and taking extracurricular supplementation is CrossFit chicks. I'm glad.
That's another tip.
No, but I'm so glad you guys find it amusing because I do too. I have so many women friends that are like, there's no way this girl's on stuff. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? If you were
But she said she's not, so.
Yeah, she said she's not, right? But I'm like, you don't look like, yeah you do because it's CrossFit. No, you don't look like that unless you're taking something like it.
It's the protein and creatine.
It's the protein and creatine. Yeah, I'm like, how do you not understand how much shit this woman's on? And like the more and more you look at CrossFit, the one guy that won this last year, I can't even remember his fucking name because I don't pay attention.
I have no idea.
You just say a name and I'd be like, well, okay, that's his name, I guess.
Yeah, but he won, and granted, I'll give credit when credit's due, even though I fucking hate CrossFit. I hate it so much. Like the level that you compete at once you get there is amazing. Like, okay, dude, like you fucking did Olympic lifts fast.
It's impressive.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I get it. So you tested negative for any supplementation. Bullshit. Bullshit. They need a fucking cover boy. They need somebody to promote, and you tested negative.
It's a business. I mean,
that's what it is. There's no fucking way that you fucking snatch 275 overhead 12 times.
Yeah.
No, that's not how that works, you know. And so then I got in an argument with somebody, and they're like, "Dude, he tests negative." I go, "Okay, have you ever heard of EPO? Do they test for EPO? How about that?" Like, no. Okay, well, and for those that don't know what EPO is, it helps oxygenate the blood. You get better blood flow, better strength, all that bullshit. It helps your white blood cells, red blood cells, all that. It's like training at high altitude 24/7. So, well, we'll get off of that, but anyways. Hey, if you have liked and subscribed, go ahead and look down below in the description. You can find links to all of our platforms and follow, like, subscribe on those as well, please. And go ahead, when you subscribe to our page here on YouTube, let us know what you think, write your comments, and click that little bell so you get links to new posts every day and every week that we put them up. Thank you.